people in line. It kept people with respect and adoration and reverence to the holiness of Abba, our Father. There was a time, because they preached, when men and women did wrong, the first thing that they wanted to do is correct the error. Coming up, it was known. Listen, now you got to marry that girl, you got her pregnant. That was understood. Listen, the boy would say, you pregnant? You know we got to get married. I got to marry you now. Because of the preacher who preached hell, that marriage is honorable. All right, and the bed undefiled, and you can't shack up because that's wrong. And that will get you sent to hell. Boy, you better stop that stealing. You better quit stealing those cars. And so the young men had a weight on them. Even though they did it, they were always, there was a conviction that they will go to the neighborhood pastor and say, Pastor, I'm tired of living this way. I got to get myself together. In the church, listen, if there was something being done wrong, still there was a conviction that you got convicted quickly for what your actions and you did. You knew what you were doing wrong. You knew that it was wrong. That's the thing. Now, when wrong is being done, wrong is considered right, and right is considered wrong. I told my husband the other day, I said, we living in a day and age, and I keep speaking about this prophetically. We living in a day and age that, prophetically about 2004, Yahweh came to me and said, listen, I'm going to bring judgment. He didn't mean he was going to destroy the earth and there was going to be this big kaboom. But he said, I'm going to bring a judgment of correction. And I'm going to expose. And he said to remain upright, to walk upright and remain in my righteousness. That if you found doing wrong, you will be counted amongst the number and you will be exposed to. That was 2004. Said, I'm going to uncover the nakedness of the church. I'm going to pull up the skirt and their nakedness will be discovered, starting first with the house of Israel. The black church, listen, it does not matter that the church, the black church, realize their conscience are they're Israel. And so why is there so much exposure going on with the black ministers? Whether you're male or you female, there is nothing that you can do and not be discovered. The phone, the click of a phone. If you're doing wrong, that person that you think is on your side and is going to cover your sin and do the mischief, they don't have nothing to lose. So they will record the married preacher, pastor, having an affair with the mistress. She'll record that. She don't have nothing to lose. He has everything to lose. She will record that. And it's getting recorded. The pastor, the ministers, the preachers that are being involved in homosexuality, the young man that they're in homosexuality with, they don't have nothing to lose. They have a mischievous spirit. And so they will record it because why? They know it's wrong. But we live in a day, I told my husband, I said, listen, man cannot correct man anymore because people are okay with it right now. People are, oh, he's just human, and still following the pastor and the preacher that's performing under unrighteousness. And it's so common until people, it don't stand to be corrected, and they still follow the man or the woman of the cloth. It's common. So that's why Yahweh has to come. Why? Because man cannot correct anymore. A righteous man, a righteous woman cannot, because they say, oh, you think you too good? You once was there. You once did. You can't judge me. Look where you come from. So the man or the woman that's walking in righteousness can't say, don't have the voice of correction. That's why Yahweh's outstretched arm and mighty hand has to come right now. That's why exposure. That's why you got everybody telling on everybody, a man or a woman, quote unquote, the cloth. That's why. And Yahweh is having the unrighteous to uncover, not the righteous to uncover, but he's having the unrighteous to do the dirty work. See, the unrighteous is Yahweh's agents also. He uses the unrighteous. He knows they don't have anything to lose. They already been turned over to a reprobated mind, to their own delusions. I use them to, I'm not going to exhaust my righteous seed to deal with correction and reproof, because they're not hearing the Navi no more crying loud and sparing not. And so as we study the book of Judges, we're going to understand the various what it is. You're going to find out the mind of Yah and not the mind of man. So I gotta close, but some things on the book of Judges. The book of Judges, I said, was an offset of Joshua. It is to obedient a people to conquer through trust in Yahweh. After Joshua, you have Judges, where there are going to be sent various leaders, righteous and unrighteous. I ain't gonna go no more into that. The author is Samuel. It covers a 300 to 400 year historical span of Israel. There are 7 major rulers that you're going to hear when we study them. All right? They're going to be Othniel, Ehud, Deborah, Gideon, Abimelech, Jephthah, and Samson. The leaders, understand this, the book of Judges. You got to understand, remember I told you, Yahweh will use the unrighteous to do the dirty work. And he has righteous leaders as well, and prophets in the book of Judges. Understand this. The book of of Judges consists of civil and military leaders, but not necessarily religious or spiritual leaders. Yahweh is going to use to deal with the children of Israel. The whole goal is to keep, while they do not have a leader, so to say, but to keep them obedient unto Yahweh and Yahweh's will. Yahweh has civil and military leaders, but not necessarily these leaders are considered spiritual or religious leaders, but yet they are still going to be over the children of Israel. The spiritual or the religious leadership is a class reserved for the prophets and the priests. So in the book of Judges, you have righteous, unrighteous, obedient, disobedient. You have leaders who don't necessarily acknowledge Yahweh as the creator, the Abba, the El, source of power. But yet Yahweh uses them with his children that he calls the apple of my eye and my firstborn son. But the Judges is so relevant for today. That's what I want to leave on this note. So I'm not just coming before you with the book of Judges just to be teaching something and say, oh, we're going to start. It's relevant that we come to understand, even in 2019 and 5079, still the mind of Yahweh. Nobody knows the mind of Yahweh. That's why everybody is doing whatever they want to do. Professing Yahweh with their mouth, but their mind, their heart meaning consists of their mind, their will, their emotions, and their intellect is so far away from me. Having a form, as my husband say, now we don't say godliness. Having a form, it appears to be righteousness, but they deny the power, the word. The word is the only powerful force that we have to readjust, to not conform to this world, but be ye yet transformed by the renewing of our mind. On next Tuesday at 12 o'clock, please, on this page is where I'll be doing this study. It's not going to be on my regular page, all right? It's going to be on the Pastor Ginger E. Crudup Williams page is where I'm going to be bringing my Bible. Please, please, everybody who you think will draw from this. Not that I want to be seen, noticed, nor heard. All right? Always, I tell you, I teach prophetically. I don't know if that's new, something new. But I know when I'm operating in a teaching prophetically, a prophetic teaching, that we got to hear, Shema, O Yisrael, Shema, O Yisrael, Shema, hear, O Israel. And we need to hear today, so because we're in the world like this, blind, trying to feel our way through with all the information, and people don't know. Well, I see them doing this, but you know, they don't know righteousness. They gotta, anything that has you wavering in your mind where you're guessing about it. If you're guessing about it, until you get more information on it, don't do it. I don't care what the world is doing. I don't care how it's being presented, that it's okay, that you might can get away with it. Don't go with the might. Don't go with the guess until you hear the Holy Spirit speak unto you and to give you the green light. My suggestion to you is don't do it. Don't participate in it. Don't indulge in it. Don't interact in it. Don't let it be named among you or found among you. That's my suggestion. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. May Yahweh bless you. May Yahweh keep you. May Yahweh's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. In this way, Yahweh say, you shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Shalom, everyone. I love you.